Like not Rothschild, which they all, you know, they all running the same families, but John D. Rockefeller, he basically was like, I want to figure out a way to heal people without natural medicine.
Yeah.
So what he did was he took the petroleum oil and used that to make conventional medicine.
Yep.
So a lot of these drugs, these over-the-counter drugs that these people get is made from petroleum. It's basically it's chemicals, which is why it's poisonous.
I believe petroleum is a byproduct of oil. It is. You break it down to gasoline and different things.
So this devil, he'll turn what's good, he turn it into evil.
For example, petroleum, gasoline. That's petroleum jelly. You know, you ain't really supposed to be using it. You know, because just stay with it if you can.
But this motherfucker made it popular to jack off with this shit. You know? That's only the devil though. He'll make something good, he'll turn it into evil. Or something perverse or something. So obviously his wisdom is not what institutes a righteous kingdom on earth. It does not forward life. All it does is forward, you know, confusion and death. So that's why we got to get the hell up out of here. That's why Yahweh Shai is going to come back and restore righteousness. And there's going to be a new kingdom where it's going to be a new heaven and a new earth. Where dwelleth righteousness.
Kind, bro.
You know?
One more thing on the oil, fish oil. You know, a lot of times when you buy fish oil in stores, whether it's like vitamin shops and things like that, fish oil has a bunch of, you know, natural good benefits to it, but a lot of the times the capsules are in pork casing. You know, or gelatin.
Or they're like shellfish or some shit.
Shellfish, you know, it's a shellfish, fish and all these different things on it. So that's him polluting that oil. Because that oil is supposed to help you. But shit, now you taking pork at the same time you take the oil, so it's canceling out. It's counterproductive, man.
Exactly. So yeah, man, that's why the Lord's gonna raise up, you know, righteous rulers that know what they're doing. Okay? Matter of fact, get us Sirach 10. Sirach 10 and like is it 4?
It's Sirach 10 and 4. The power of the earth. I started at the top.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's Sirach 10. A wise judge will instruct his people.
Wise judge.
Yep.
There you go.
A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
The government of a prudent, a wise man is well ordered. All right, he deals with structure. He deals with order. You know, he deals with instruction. All right, for your good, for your own, you know, benefit. Go ahead.
It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers.
Yep.
And what manner of man?
So if the ruler is forward in nothing but wickedness, his officers are going to enforce that wickedness.
Yep. Because on the flip side of righteousness, when King David was coming up in the ranks, right? Who did he have as like his right hand man? It was Jonathan, which was who? The son of Saul. You know. But we seen how the Most High spared and had mercy upon Jonathan. Hey, but what his father was taken out. So what? Jonathan is really a part of the house of David, even though he comes from the loins of King Saul. And we also seen when King David and King Solomon were in power, how the rest of the kingdom, how that power and that glory trickled down into the rest of the kingdom. No Israelite was in a warning position. You know?
Even the doorman was
felt like he was one of the kings of the earth.
The enemies were subdued under King David, and what? We had that 40 years of peace with King Solomon. You know, where the enemies were bringing in their the increase forces.
Yeah, and they didn't tolerate no idolatry and shit. They wouldn't with that shit. You know, he didn't. Hey, masculinity. David was a masculine dude, man. He was austere. He was rough. You know, like when those two servants, when that I think it was a Moabite king. They had shaved half their beards and half their garment. They exposed their buttocks or whatever. And when they came back and they told him what happened, he was like, well, y'all leave and don't come back until y'all beards are grown. Because it was that was a kingdom. Okay? It wasn't toxic to be men back then. Go ahead, because that's what's coming back too, man.
Yep.
You know, the manosphere, whatever them red pill dudes, they got it half right.
Yeah.
They're not. It's from a carnal perspective, but they don't know what's going to fully come upon this earth, man.
Yeah. Every man is supposed to be an alpha. Maybe you might not have an alpha spirit. As far as when you're in the room with other alphas, you ain't gotta be the head guy. That's the humility. That's what they're saying makes you a beta. I ain't gotta be the most loud, but we all together.
Well, that aspect of manliness is going too, being humble.
Yep.
Hey, because as the scriptures say, when you're around great men, what? And make yourself not equal with them, man. So that aspect is gone. Because Jake want to be that top nigga, so to speak, man.
Jake be in the truth a year and think they apostle now.
Yep.
Like when we was watching the one Jake, he was like, well, I think I'm that nigga.
King James, right? Mob James.
Yeah. He's like, well, you gonna have to prove to me that you that nigga, man. Because I believe, that's how Jake is.
I'm the baddest nigga in the world. I think.
Hey, with that nigga culture
I
is
think
about
I am too, my nigga.
Yeah.
What's his name? Charleston White?
Yeah.
Hey man, that nigga aspect is gonna be stripped away from us, man. You know?
It's pride, basically.
Yep.
The wrong pride.
Finish that, verse 3 and 4.
Yep, it's 3. Like, did I finish 2?
Yeah.
Alright, it says 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the
unwise king will destroy his people. Yeah. Like the ones that are giving into the potion, they finna cause a lot of drones and deaths. But see, the ones that were wise, they got killed for it. You know, those were the actual wise ones.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody over here finna get that shit. As a matter of fact, don't none of us over here. We don't even have this shit over here.
Because you wise, because you know that this life is all this shit passes away. You know you wise because you know about reincarnation. That you're gonna be raised up if you have to die for righteousness. That's using wisdom. These niggas like, shit, I gotta hold on to it.
See the soldier.
I done work hard for what I got here, and
I'm already E7. I can't go back down to E5 and then get penalized.
get court-martialed.
I can't live like that. Nigga, you ain't living.
Nigga, you in the military.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See, that's the mindset of a so-called mighty man that's so-called protecting your country. They're weak. These people are weak, man, and they're showing you that they're mentally weak. That was a folly. Yeah. Him going into that and why and do you?
Why'd you even post it?
Why? That was just his folly, man.
Let that nigga get caught by the enemy.
Yeah.
He giving everything up.
Hey, somebody look up folly in etymology.
They ain't gonna have to shock him or nothing. They just gonna snitch.
Yeah.
With it. He could have easily went and been like, in the background, like, I'm doing it for real. And just let, he had the vibration out there, like, he's not doing it. And people could have been, keep believing that. So I believe he was told to do that. So.
Yeah, that's true. Hey. Anybody that believe it though,
Yeah.
hey, that's on you. You want to follow that God? Okay. But see, people that are destitute of wisdom, somebody, before you even read that, get Proverbs 15 and 21. Get that real quick. No, not that one. But that's another one too. Proverbs 15 and 21.
It's Proverbs chapter 15, verse 21. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom.
Folly is joy to him that is destitute. Meaning he's without the wisdom. He doesn't have wisdom. So he's gonna enjoy the ignorance. And those type of people, I read there was a study conducted from I forget which university, but they were saying that there was a study into the difference between the people that's skeptics, basically hesitant.
Yeah, hesitant.
Those that were hesitant versus those who are not hesitant. And it was basically saying that they realized that the most educated people, the PhD people, they're the actual most hesitant. And then the studies that they did, based on the people that had either a high school education or less, those were the ones that was like, I'm for it. Like, yeah, fuck it. You know, they're willing to be led. They're willing to be controlled and not have a mind of their own.
That's how one that also said the demographic, like the poverty level, or the what is it called? Not poverty. The class level, the lower class level, socioeconomic levels. Yeah. The lower you are, the less hesitant you are. I don't know if that makes sense. The least hesitant that you are.
Yeah, because you're more dependent.
Yep, exactly.
It's the same thing when they take the dynamic and say, oh, well, this generation is the smartest generation.
Yeah.
Well, that's because this generation is so, they have no resistance.
Yeah.
So they make it seem like they're the top. So that's Esau basically trying to change the field of it, you know? Because really, this generation is the worst.
Yeah, they're the least, they're the most book smart, the least
critical
thought.
They can't critically think for themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
They have poor judgment, discernment.
Right.
And to be intelligent is you have to make a decision. Like, you know, it's intelligence goes into, a lot of it goes into decision making.
Yeah.
You know, you willing to, you know, your ability to make wise decisions.
Yeah, and Most High, I forgot how it says. I think it's in Proverbs also when it talks about something about judgment, about making us wise unto judgment or something to that effect. That's what this is about.
Yeah, the word intelligent means to choose between.
Yeah, yeah. Told they shit up.
Yeah, read that again.
Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom.
Yep.
But a man of understanding walketh uprightly.
But a man of understanding walketh uprightly. All right. Because that man, he's not mentally weak. A lot of these people, they're showing you that they're mentally weak because they don't have wisdom.
It's like
if you can look that up for me.
Hey, Big Z, what you say intelligent mean? To be able to make decisions? Choose between. Like you ask your woman, oh, what do you want for dinner? They understand. I don't know. You ask a kid, oh, what? You know, it's the same thing because they really don't have the real wisdom.
Right. You know, some people, the smartest of those same demographics that you just named, you know what they'll ask you? When you come up with a decision, they want to know how you made your decision.
Yeah,
what you based it.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
They want to know how to make a decision like that. Well, it's case by case most times.
That means you just grab all the evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And process it and make a decision.
Roll with it.
Molly, from the online Edom dictionary, early 13th century meaning mental weakness.
There it is.
Use the word for that.
Mental weakness. Folly. See? So all these people that's like Cesaria on Sonetter platform, that was folly that you was showcasing, bro.
Yep.
That was straight up you showcasing them with folly, man.
But that audience on that channel,
and they got to perceive, but no, they got to perceive that folly.
Yeah.
All them people that was making comments, they was like, this motherfucker done lost it. He's finished.
Waxing worse and worse.
Captain's done.
Because, you know, they call themselves no cowards.
Right.
But you're trying to justify why you cowarding out. Aren't you supposed to be against the establishment?
But what he said, it ain't that I wasn't scared. I believe in General Hanna. I believe in myself, and I believe in the Most High. So I just think that I ain't afraid to take it. So you shouldn't be. That's why I took it.
That's folly, man. You weak as hell, man.
Give them a reason not to take it. Because everything is saying to take it.